Where's that button? Oh, record. Duh.
To be very honest, I didn't really know what I was gonna do for today's vlog, but then I noticed I have 2 green apples. So instead of poisoning them and feeding them to some unsuspecting pretty girl because I want to be the fairest one in this kingdom, I decided that I was going to make apple bread. I really feel this is the wisest decision. So I'm gonna bake. Feel free to follow along with me. Okay, so first, what are your ingredients? You are gonna need 1 teaspoon of baking powder, baking soda, and salt, 2 tablespoons of soy milk, 2/3 cup of applesauce, 1 cup of sugar, 2 cups of wheat flour, a teaspoon of cinnamon and a teaspoon of nutmeg, half a cup of margarine, which is actually 8 tablespoons is what the recipe calls for, but it actually equals out to half a cup, and those 2 apples cut up and diced into chunks like this. Now grab some bowls. This recipe does make 2 loaves, but I'm gonna make mini loaves, which is gonna be the 1 pan. As you all know, I absolutely love my mini loaf pan. So what I'm doing right now is I am just greasing the pan. I'm pretty sure you guys could have figured that out. I mean, you don't need a deer stalker and Watson to come to that conclusion. Once this is done, I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. First, you are gonna put your sugar, 1 cup, and your margarine, half a cup, together in a bowl, and you're gonna cream them together. You can do it with a fork and a spoon, and that's how I like to roll. Kind of old-fashioned-y. Once it is all creamed together, it's gonna look something like this, and you're gonna add your applesauce and your soy milk to your mixture. So 2 tablespoons of soy milk and 2/3 a cup of applesauce. Now, if you wanted to make this with eggs, you would use 2 eggs in place of the applesauce, but yeah, I'm not using eggs, and the applesauce gives it a way apple-ier taste. And yes, apple-ier is a word. So then you're gonna cream those up, and that is what it looks like. So next you're gonna add your dry mixtures together, and we have them all sorted out. So that's 2 cups of wheat flour, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of nutmeg. I can't believe I just did that. A teaspoon of salt, baking powder, and baking soda. And then you're gonna stir, stir, stir until it's thoroughly mixed. Now once you're finished, you're gonna combine the wet and the dry mixtures. So you're just stirring to combine. And that is the batter, but first you have to add the apples to it. Now I would like to take a moment to share with you that I peeled one of the apples in 1 complete strip. Now that that excitement is over, let's add the apples. So you just add it in, and then you stir, 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 and voila, we are finished. So you take your greased loaf pan, and you just scoop them in. All you have to do is pop it in the oven and wait for it to bake. All right, they're out of the oven, and for those of you who don't know, a simple toothpick will tell you whether or not they're done. You just poke it, and if it comes out clean, like this one is, then they're done. Oh, and they smell so good. Well, that's it for this week, and I hope to see you all again next week for another edition of That Girl Tyson.
General quarters, all hands man your battle stations, all hands man your battle stations.
Don't forget to let your children lick the bowl or the spoon if you're baking. Oliver, come lick the spoon. Come on. That's almost clean enough that I can just stick it right back in the drawer.